Alright. Soviet patrol base. This place is packed with soldiers, the perfect target for our first recon. Get as much intel as you can. You should be able to extract useful information by listening in on soldiers. Alright. So yeah, we got a mission structure, which again is something that would be carried forward in all of the Big Boss sequels. It all started here, man. Okay, now get out there and suss out the situation. Campbell, getting a little sussy? Okay. You can learn a lot from what the enemy is saying. Just get close to an enemy and listen carefully. I know you can do it. When you're approaching an enemy, hold the triangle button down as you move. That will muffle your footsteps during your approach. Got it. Ellipses. Something wrong, Campbell? No, it's just I got dizzy for a second. Foreshadowing! You sure you're alright? How's the fever? I'm fine, and there are more important things to worry about. Take care of yourself. We can't afford to have you out of action now. Yeah, I know. Alright. So yeah. This game kind of is... Oh? A weapon that can obliterate all major... Give me a break. You've been watching too many movies. No, this ain't no joke. I hear that an American officer, the one our boss brought in, say something about it. You mean that tight-ass peg leg? Oh, that's a little mean. You should have seen that bastard's face. When the topic of the weapon came up, there must have been something in that document that arrived from HQ the other day. Probably just a bad case of the runs. Bad case of the runs, huh? This isn't a joke. Look, I know you're saying, aiming that thing at our motherland. That just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, it's suicidal. But it's just a threat, right? A bluff. He's an expert on that sort of manipulation. He's a gaslight gatekeeping Goyle boss. Do you ever wonder? I never wonder. Oh, what kind of weapon we're really storing? Sometimes, but this is not your run-of-the-mill nuclear missile we're protecting. That's for sure. Oh, setting up a lot of threads, huh? Alright, well, there's a couple things we could do here. Oh, we've still got all these items. I don't really need these binoculars. Okay. So it's weird because you move with the right stick and aim with the left stick. I don't know why it's like that.
Huh? Who's that?
Oh. You know? I really thought he would have looked forward since his buddy was forward, but I guess I was wrong. I was incorrect to assume that. Smoke G.
What the? Nothing here.
Nothing here. Well, sure, we'll use some Smoke G. 520. 520 Smoke G. There we go. Yep, that still works. So I was going to say that mechanically this game is kind of weirdly important. When we get to Metal Gear Solid 4, it's not going to have most of the mechanics in this game, weirdly enough. It's going to be a lot more like a, you know, a lot more similar to the first 3 games, 3 specifically. But even still, the healing and things like that are going to work more like 1 and 2. We're not going to have a cure menu or anything. But all of these wacky, you know, stats and menus and mission structures and procuring our own men on site, that's going to come up in a big way in every subsequent game that isn't 4. So it's odd that this game is singled out as being something you can skip.
Breathe.
Hi. When really, it's kind of the most necessary because it introduces all of these concepts. A little more ammo for us here. That's nice. Young Roy is creeping you out. He's a little... it's a little weird. It's odd to see him looking so fresh. I think his design's pretty good, but it is funny how there we go. How kind of snake-like he looks. Secret Doc. We got the Secret Doc. Like, look at him. He looks like Snake, but blonde. And not like Liquid Snake. Like, he looks like if Naked Snake was blonde. It's very funny. He's even got tiger stripe camo. Anyway, looks like you obtained some enemy documents. Good work. Okay. Hoof it back to the truck. We'll look over them once you get back. Alright. Oh, I guess it hoofs it for us. That's nice. Snake, about those documents you found just now. Find anything interesting? You're not going to believe this. Try me. It seems the rebels are actually planning to activate that new weapon they stole. The documents outline details of a launch plan. The date and time aren't mentioned, but it looks like we don't have much time. No way. They're in the middle of negotiations with Washington and Moscow. Even assuming this launch plan is real, it's got to be a bluff to strengthen their hand. Maybe, but they exterminated us Green Berets, their own comrades, without mercy or remorse. I don't think they're too particular about means to their end. That's how you read ellipses from Snake. I hope it turns out I'm worrying too much, but if they're serious about this, it could ignite a global crisis. Snake, until we have a clearer picture of what's going on here, I think we should assume the worst. Better to overreact now and laugh about it later than ignore this and live to regret it. Can't argue with you on that. Right now, we're the only ones on this peninsula in a position to stop these guys. It's our duty to act before the launch deadline. Yeah, you're right. Even so, the fact is there's only 2 of us, and we can't do this alone. Got any ideas? Yeah, procure men on site. Just go out, look for the most fantastic men you can find, and take them home. Snake, when you were listening in on the enemy, did you get the feeling that maybe not everyone's satisfied with their commander? Yeah, some of them were griping about it. Tell me, how hard do you think it would be to recruit some of those soldiers to our side? Recruit them? Exactly. We could use any grievances they have against their leader and try to persuade them to join us. Sowing discord among the enemy has been a basic element of psychological warfare since the time of Confucius, right? Play our cards right, and we might be able to find out what's really going on. What do you think, Snake? Is it time to blast fight keep Big Boss our way to someplace outside of heaven? Sigint was saying the same thing. Yeah, it might be worth a try. He does that too often. I knew I could count on you. Now, first thing we gotta do is choose a suitable candidate. So what exactly does that entail? I'm getting reports that soldiers unhappy with the rebellion can also be found in other areas. That means you have to drag them back to the truck so we can have a friendly chat. That's why you have to make sure you have a lot of stamina, because dragging soldiers takes a lot of stamina and it's a little annoying. Go out and give it a try. Oh, and one more thing. We learn the name of the enemy's supreme commander. Who is it? His name is Gene. I don't know why he has to spell Gene, G-E-N-E, but okay. Gene. Okay then, let's get this mission started. Pick someplace there'll be enemies, easy to convert. So where to, big boss? Well, I mean, Soviet patrol base is lit up, so let's just go back there. Find a soldier there who harbors a grudge against Gene. Pay attention to what they say. Once you found a promising candidate, capture him. Got it? Sure. He does kind of look like Shaggy, doesn't he? In the portrait. In this, he just kind of looks like Blonde Snake, but yeah, the artwork, he does look a little Shaggy-like. Go to scout for soldiers with grudges against Gene. Listen to what the enemy's saying, then once you found someone ripe for the picking, grab and bring them back to the truck. Best time to get them is when they're alone. Once you've got the enemy alone, knock the sucker out. There's several ways to knock an enemy out. You can shoot them in the head with your Mark 22, or put them in a nice chokehold. Here's how to execute a chokehold. First, unequip your weapon so you're barehanded. To unequip a weapon, press the circle button once quickly. Then silently sneak up behind the enemy. Push and hold the square button to get him in a full Nelson. It's not a full Nelson, because a full Nelson doesn't choke someone out. Unless I forget what a full Nelson is, but... Anyway, once you got his arm pinned, repeatedly tap the square button to choke the sucker. Sooner or later, he'll lose consciousness. You also pick the enemy up and carry him around when you're barehanded by pressing the square button while positioned above his body. Then just drag the unconscious enemy back to the truck. That's it. Go get him. That's it. Just remember all of that stuff I just said. Well, luckily, I remember how it works. So we gotta find a man. A man who's free. Isn't that always how it is? The sneaking music in this game is quite good.
Huh? What was that?
What was that? Why don't you come over and check it out?
Huh?
Yep, you can also just slam them. Just slam dudes and bring them back to your truck. So this is what a lot of the gameplay loop is this. This right here. And you notice Snake has nice big chunky stamina. But we're going to be able to play as some of these other soldiers we're recruiting. And they don't have as nice, big, chunky stamina as Snake does. So, if you want to play as them and accomplish anything, it's kind of really difficult. So yeah, that's why I picked easy, so you have more stamina to play around with.
You heal up pretty quick.
CQC action.
They trained you well. You're a good soldier. Who are you? Call me Snake.
Snake? Is that a code name? You
Hey.
must be with the Americans. Are you with the Fox unit too?
I'm not with the
I know who's
Americans or
voicing
with
this
Fox.
character. That's very
I'm
funny.
just a soldier.
Just a soldier. Then why?
We're here to stop Fox.
We're going to be
Unit
hearing that
recruiting
voice in the
Renegade.
future.
A member of Fox named Gene betrayed the U.S. government and stole a
Yeah, that
top
does look
secret
like
weapon.
Shaggy.
He plans to use that weapon and the warheads in this base as bargaining chips to negotiate with your country. But blackmail is more like it. We're here to put a stop to it. Our mission is to free the soldiers of the San Geronimo Peninsula from Gene's control and capture the traitors in the Fox unit. I can understand if you're afraid of Fox, but we need others to help us free the Soviet soldiers on this peninsula. Will you join us?
You're here to save us? And you want me to help you defeat
That's so weird. The guy who's voicing this character.
What's so funny? You think he's been brainwashed?
Brainwashed? Is that what you think is happening here? A fine joke. But I'm afraid you two have it all wrong.
Wrong.
We didn't rebel because of Jean. Our country betrayed us first. We have stood guard over this god-forsaken base, unable to reach our friends and loved ones because of the secrecy of our mission. The climate was brutal. The meals were meager. We watched as our comrades succumbed to disease or died fighting the Colombian government. And still, we went on carrying out our mission, believing our efforts were all for the good of the motherland. And how did the motherland reward us? By stabbing us in the back.
You're talking about the Kremlin's policy shift. If the existence of this base came to light, the political fallout with the United States could fatally undermine Moscow's position in the strategic arms limitation talks that Brezhnev is promoting.
The animatic cutscenes
That's
give
why
Port of
we have
Blobs
no
more of an
use for
MGS1
political
feel than the rest of the
rationales.
series.
What
Yeah, I
matters to
agree.
us is that Mother Russia wiped this base from existence.
I agree. I think a
Instead of
lot of
allowing
this
us to
game
return
does
home,
feel
the
like
army erased all
MGS1
traces
in a
of
good way
communication,
aesthetically, and that
cut
does
off our
help it.
supplies. They sought to isolate the peninsula and make it look like this was all the work of a few out-of-control soldiers. We were abandoned by our own country.
That's why you decided to follow Jean?
Jean told us he would
Like,
build
I
us a
genuinely
nation,
love this style of
a nation not
cutscene.
of soldiers.
And I'm glad it's
For
not the
them.
last time we'll see it.
We do not follow Jean out of fear. He will deliver us justice. The only thing we fear is losing that justice. That's why we follow him, not you. You'll never be able to stop him.
Justice, huh? The meaning of justice can change from one day to the next.
Hey.
A professional soldier never brings justice into the mission. The only ones who need a reason to fight are the ones who fight for a living. That's what my mentor told me.
Yeah, it's kind of what she
Politics are
said,
fickle.
but...
They change with the times. So long as we remain loyal to our countries, soldiers like us need nothing to believe in. She died out of loyalty. Not to justice, not to her country. To herself, for the mission.
Your mentor, the one who taught you the art of battle. Who was she?
They called her the boss. I killed her.
The boss? The legendary soldier? And Snake, you must be Big Boss. You're the hero who killed Colonel Volgin at Groznygrad.
Prove your loyalty as a soldier. That's what the boss told me. I still don't know what she meant.
Prove your loyalty. Not to justice, not to your country, but to yourself. Does Jean truly plan to threaten the motherland?
Yes. Snake procured documents from a patrol station that confirm as much. If launched from this base, the weapon Jean stole could deliver a devastating blow to every major city in Russia. I know it's hard to believe.
No, I believe you. Not as a member of the Red Army, but as a soldier.
I appreciate it.
That little effect, that was cute.
Snake, give me my mission.
Cough, cough. Okay, Snake, what's the plan? Hey, Campbell. You sure you're alright? I'm fine. I'll get over it. Now about our plan. If we're going to keep collecting intel, we'll need to pick up some more new recruits. Of course, I'd recommend putting together a unit of 4 soldiers, but if you want to continue on with a smaller unit, that's your call. So, we need 2 more. For now, let's use the buddy system. Barry Burton's Magnum. No, unfortunately, we don't get a sick cult python, the Silver Serpent. No, we just gotta hang out with dudes. But you know, dudes, they're all right. You can organize your unit using the Manage menu over at the Briefing menu. Push the X button to bring up the Briefing menu. Select Manage. We'll put you and your new friend down as Team Alpha. All right. New recruit is registered as a rookie, so move that guy over to your team, Team Alpha. Don't forget, you've got Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. Teams you can fill too. Recruit more comrades. Fill those ranks. Just remember that there'll be plenty of missions only you can lead, so make sure you move to that team before deployment. If you need more detailed instructions, press the select button and view the help screens. Alright, well, first, let's save.